Please get ready for the passage. I would like to draw the kind attention of the August House regarding the new policy on fertilizers being considered by the government. At present, the government is fixing the MRP rates of fertilizers and giving subsidies to the companies. Due to this, farmers are getting the fertilizers at the same rates even though different companies are manufacturing the same product. Despite facing the ups and downs in the market, the government is giving the subsidies to the companies without changing the MRP. There should be a proper monitoring system to control the MRP rates to protect the interest of farmers. But there is an apprehension among the farmers that the government is adopting a new policy on fertilizers. In the new policy, rates of urea will be increased to 10% and ultimately it will affect the farmers. The rates of complex fertilizers, potash, DAP will also be increased due to the implementation of nutrient based subsidy. This will also affect the budget of farmers. Fertilizer companies also sell their products where there is a heavy demand and neglect the remote areas. When the MRP rates are increased, the government will automatically lose the control on fertilizer companies. I therefore request the concerned Honorable Minister to intervene in the matter to ensure that the interests of farmers are protected with the adoption of the new policy on fertilizers. Bharat Kesari Shri Mannathu Padmanabhan was one of the greatest social workers and reformers in Kerala. He was the founder of Nair Service Society, which is working for the welfare and upliftment of Nair community in Kerala. He contributed in eradicating the poor condition of economically backward communities in Kerala. He was a freedom fighter and took initiative for Vakam Satyagraha for entry of backward people in the temple on the advice of Mahatma Gandhi. He led a demonstration for Vakam to Trivandrum for the entry of backward people into temples. He maintained communal harmony and relationship with all castes and religions. He established several schools and colleges in Kerala for providing better education to all the students irrespective of their castes and religions. He also established several hospitals in Kerala for the poor people. Finally, the Government of India has bestowed the honor of Bharat Kesari on him for his contribution towards the society. He died in the year 1970. I therefore urge upon the Union Government to consider releasing a commemorative coin in the name of Bharat Kesari Shri Mannathu Padmanabhan, recognizing the services rendered by him for the welfare of the poor people of Kerala. It is well known that the reservation in government jobs for SC/ST hardly solved the unemployment problems of the growing numbers of unemployed youth in the SC/ST communities. In the absence of any alternative income facilities, the young boys and girls who are also qualified keep their hope on employment prospects. Many social problems are rooted to this unemployment situation in our country. There is a proposal of giving SCs STs preference in government purchases, keeping a specific quota for them which could encourage the entrepreneurship spirit and give them alternative means of livelihood. I urge the government to expedite in this very important matter, which has the potential in providing livelihood to many young boys and girls in the SCs STs communities, like self employment, trading, and manufacturing in direct and indirect manner. Climate model projections summarized in the latest Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report indicate that the global surface temperature will rise from 1.1 to 6.4 degrees Celsius during the 21st century. The uncertainty in this estimate arises from the use of models with differing sensitivity to greenhouse gas concentrations and the use of differing estimates of future greenhouse gas emissions. Some other uncertainties include how warming and related changes will vary from region to region around the globe. Most of the studies focus on the period up to the year 2100. However, warming is expected to continue beyond the year 2100 even if emissions stop because of the large heat capacity of the oceans and the long lifetime of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Increasing global temperature will cause sea levels to rise and will change the amount and pattern of precipitation, including expansion of subtropical deserts. The continuing retreat of glaciers, permafrost, and sea ice is expected, with the Arctic region being particularly affected. Other likely effects include shrinkage of the Amazon rainforest and boreal forests, increase in the intensity of extreme weather events, species extinctions, and changes in agricultural yields. Human activity since the Industrial Revolution has increased the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, leading to increased emission of CO2, methane, CFCs, and nitrous oxide. Further, CO2 concentrations are also continuing to rise due to burning of fossil fuels and land use change. Accordingly, the IPCC Special Report on Emissions Scenarios gives a wide range of future CO2 scenarios ranging from 541 to 970 ppm by the year 2100. Fossil fuel reserves are sufficient to reach these levels and continue emissions past 2100 if coal, tar, sands, or methane clathrates are extensively exploited. I request the central government to take effective steps to mitigate the impact of global warming. It is a matter of great concern that even after 62 years of our independence, the memory of golden history of our freedom struggle has started vanishing from the hearts and minds of our young generation who are losing interest in the great sacrifice made by our national leaders and freedom fighters due to heavy syllabus in schools and colleges and money-oriented careers. In order to imbibe moral values in our youth, I would request the Honorable Minister to take effective steps to include the freedom struggle movement of India in the school and college syllabus and make it mandatory from school to college level. The khadi sector is currently facing a major crisis. Majority of the workers are women who are getting very low wages. The apex body established by the Government of India, namely All India Khadi and Village Industries Commission, has not taken any purposeful action to address the problem of workers engaged in khadi industries. It is confined to distributing subsidies and rebate. The existing rebate, which sustains retail sale of khadi, is proposed to be abolished by substituting it by an outmoded marketing development assistance scheme. In the last 15 years, Government of India has not made any provision of growth-oriented loan funds. So these industries are struggling due to non-availability of working funds. It would be difficult to manage the current work, let alone expansion and repay the outstanding loan. This situation adversely affects the entire sector and thus lakhs of artisans engaged in it are likely to suffer. Hence, I urge upon the government to take urgent measures for the continuation of rebate on retail sales in the present form and waiver of outstanding loans and also give assistance to the state governments.